Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Regina Rimbert, and I am the CEO for BuyVet. BuyVet is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to promote, support, and advocate for veteran-owned businesses. So I'm very pleased to let you know today that we have a special guest with us, Mr. Bob Hayes, and he is the CEO of Schooley Mitchell. And I'm going to turn it over to him and let him tell you a little bit about his business and what they do. So without further ado, I'll just go ahead and turn it over to you, Mr. Hayes.
Thank you, Regina. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today and kind of share what we do at Schooley Mitchell. I do want to correct real quick. I am the, president of my office. The CEO and founder, actually, of Schooley Mitchell, Dennis Schooley, still very much with the company. So we are a international company. We're out of throughout North America. They're actually out of Canada, but a lot of our offices are here in the United States. And obviously my office is here in the Columbus area. So I've been with Schooley Mitchell about 4 years now, very pleased to be with them. It's been a journey to get to join them. Obviously at one point I was in the service. I did 9 years in the Navy straight out of college. And then when I got out of school, I got out of the Navy, I went back to school, worked on my graduate degree, then went into business for a number of years. And about 4.5 years ago, I found the opportunity to join Schooley Mitchell. And we are a cost reduction consulting group. We work with businesses on helping them to analyze, review, and reduce their expenses on a number of different cost categories, including their telecom, package shipping, their waste services, utilities, and credit card processing. So those are some of the core main areas that we focus on for our clients.
Okay, awesome. So being a veteran, how do you think being a veteran has impacted or influenced your business or the way you do business?
It hasn't impacted directly. Obviously, I've been out of the service for a number of years. But I think that's why I'm such a big advocate for everyone. If they have the opportunity to get military experience, I think it's what it prepares military people with. Definitely a sense of confidence, leadership, just knowing that you can go into environments, especially in a business environment, and talking and consulting with people. And just knowing, giving you the bearing and the confidence to be able to go in and handle any situation that's kind of thrown your way. You know, business nowadays is, it's not always very straightforward necessarily. It's always the same thing. There's definitely curveballs maybe thrown your way. And I think military experience gives people a platform by which the experience that they can kind of deal with whatever comes their way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. So during the pandemic, I know there was a lot going on this past year. Were you or your business impacted at all by the pandemic?
We were, and it's ironic. There's two different ways, very different ways. I think that the economy and the pandemic has affected, for example, my clients and specifically my business. Of course, we're a cost reduction consulting group, so our focus is going to help companies lower their expense. All companies, especially this past year, should be looking into that. And I think we've seen a number of companies that have embraced that and looked for those opportunities. So in that regards, obviously there was an increase in interest and clients coming on board. And interestingly, I think the other component of businesses were taking a wait and see approach.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's kind of, to me, obviously it's straightforward and common sense, you know, to be looking at how can they improve the bottom line and reduce expense, I think a lot of companies were kind of waiting, to see what's going to happen and all that before they make any moves. And that includes even moving forward, for example, with expenses a review. So kind of two different approaches based on the business, how it affected us.
Okay. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I know I was sidelined for quite a while during the pandemic, so I'm sure a lot of people were affected too. So advice, if you could offer one solid piece of advice to a fellow veteran, either a business owner or someone thinking about starting a business, what advice do you think you might offer them?
Well, this is people are out there, just like your organization over the past years is started up. You know, it's always a good time if you've got a good product or service or something that you really want to do. I just think it's a very challenging environment. My advice is probably the same during any times, but especially currently. Before anyone were to go through the process of everything that's entailed with starting a new venture, a new business, a new service or something, is to really do the research and really plan it out. This is not the kind of economy, not the kind of environment to kind of wing it or, you know, hey, I think I'll just go for it. You know, this is a tough, challenging time for a lot of companies still.
Right.
So if people have a service or a product or something that can benefit, especially if it addresses the challenges that a lot of companies are going through, it's probably a great time for a startup. On the other hand, if it's a typical business that in other times might do well, it might be a slow year to start off. So I always encourage people to look around, and if that opportunity strikes, you know, look into it. Just make sure, you know, you've got all your ducks in a row and you've really planned it out before you jump into it.
Okay. And you mentioned your company was international. So what countries are you in other than the
Well,
US?
we're obviously Canada and throughout Canada and United States.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if we're looking for you or looking for your services, how can we find you?
Sure. SchooleyMitchell.com is the company website. Their different office locations are on there. I'm obviously on LinkedIn. I have my own website as part of that Schooley Mitchell site. It's actually SchooleyMitchell.com/BHays, BHAYS.
Okay.
And that's going to have my personal contact information. It's still the same information about our company and our services. It's going to have my specific information.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for that. So is there anything else that you want to share with us about your business or anything else, your service?
Well, I'm really excited about what we do. I'm obviously passionate. When I found Schooley Mitchell, I had been in traditional marketing and management roles. And for me, the consulting we do and the opportunity to get into a lot of different companies and meet a lot of different people was very appealed to me, and based on my skills and my interests and all that. I think importantly, our mission, what we do is literally just help companies. A lot of people are selling companies, selling services or products. Obviously, we charge a fee. It's a little bit interesting. Our value proposition is we're contingency fee based, so we don't get paid unless we're able to find our clients money. So it's a risk-free opportunity to take a look at their expenses. But I think that's the thing that really appeals to me is how we're able to help companies in terms of how they're improving their bottom line and addressing and growing their company. So whether it's veteran organizations, nonprofits, or any traditional business out there, you know, we would love to work with, obviously, but it's being able to help them and not necessarily just sell them an alternative.
Okay.
And that's exciting to me.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds exciting. So, okay. Okay, well, with that, I'll go ahead and just go ahead and end the conversation today, but I appreciate your time, taking the time out of your busy schedule to meet with us today for this fireside chat, and looking forward to getting to know you more and getting to know more about your organization and just working together in the future. So I appreciate all of your support and everything you do, especially everything you do for the veterans, and thank you very much for all of your service.
Well, I appreciate it very much. Again, it's been a pleasure to be with you. I enjoy working with and interacting with other veterans. You know, again, I think we all share that common spirit of wanting to help each other out, especially in the veteran community. So I enjoy that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.